having said that, I completely misread it yesterday. I thought it was going to drop and then climb, and it just went out straight up out of the gates. Simon got a beautiful trade. I think it was Simon.
Yeah, mate, I got it. Took the partial, and then it hit my TP just after I had to leave the charts, which was nice.
Yeah.
Good one. Yeah, I had the buy. I had the buy in because I thought this one-sided move. It can't, like, it doesn't often, like, when it does something like this was a solid level. Where's my better analysis on this one? Like, this is a solid level. This area, the structure over here, and when it came down all the way there, I thought, oh man, this, like, surely it's got to bounce back. But I didn't expect it to bounce up so high. So where I got out was over here, this area. So price had pushed up. It was about 160. Yeah, 160 was where it was. So I took this part of it. Cool. Alrighty. Well, now we had Aussie CPI today. So Aussie's selling off. We've got a lot of news today. Be careful today as well. I probably won't leave much going. We've got UK, we've got US non-farm ADP version of the non-farm. We've got US GDP. We've got Canada interest rates. We've got the press conference for Canada. We've got the US interest rates. Got the US press conference. Then afterwards, we've got Microsoft and Meta to report earnings. So just non-stop, hey. So German GDP as well. It looked like it's a contraction. So let's see, man. Let's see. Hopefully we can get something in and out before then. Let's check to see what this looks like as candles. So yeah, this area looks very interesting. So it's got structure, and we've got structure. So it's obviously, what are we doing here? Because it's hard to deny the trend. It has gotten a bit sloppy over the last few weeks. Ever since this big rally, it's definitely slowed down. Got heaps of risk ahead of us in terms of news. But the tariff the EU trade deal, you've got to think that is going to add some competition to these European businesses. So I think that was the big drop. Then we had the reflexive rally. Then prices consolidating. Now, where does she want to go? So swept all the liquidity from underneath New York session and Asia session now. So we're having a reflexive reaction. Now price is sort of retesting that London high again, where London sort of opened. Now, is this just a pullback before continuing short? Are we going to come up and take out Euro high before pushing back down again? I don't want to sell here because it's a clean move down. Kind of looks like a liquidity sweep. Got a little bit of structure across here on the 3 minute from London. That's what we're reacting off of underneath these areas. So I don't want to get caught shorting too early. But I would think that price could come down to this area. If this is, so there is a little bit of structure here. So maybe we bounce all the way back up. And then see what it does at that point. Now it starts breaking down. I might give it a bit of a little short. Gold's come shooting back down. I thought gold might have got up to this area.
With the DAX, Hayden, that bounce was straight off, almost to the tip off Friday's MMG. And
Right.
there is an MMG. Europe touched last Wednesday's MMG, and this Monday's MMG is just a bit higher. So Monday's is about there, and then that, yeah, I've got it. Yeah, I've got it. Anyway, I thought it was going to go straight through that MMG down to the next one when I saw that initial move.
Alrighty. I was kind of stalling back at the London Open a bit. So London's just done like a little boop and then straight back up. So London's just stuck. But yeah, I think I would like to see if London can come a little bit higher. I think I would like to try target something a bit risky, but I think like if it does come up here and react, if it's breaking underneath this area again, I think that's a very safe. It's probably a pretty safe trade. Not sure where the stop loss would go. Depends on how this forms. But like see if it can come back up a little bit. Unless this is pooled liquidity and that this whole area, this accumulation, and this if that's just a fake out, and we're actually trading back above here, then that could be pretty interesting for price to go up. But what are we seeing? What's Euro doing? Euro's up a little bit for the day. Looks like we're falling down at the moment. Yeah, see what London wants to do here. was, the only thing is, like, was there triple wicket areas? No, it's just a little structure. It's just that little structure is kind of holding price out. Okay, and because of the way this move came down, price has done this so far. What I'm gonna look for, I want to see what it does at London High, because I can easily see a world where if price is breaking here again, I think we go all the way back up to here. So I think this whole zone then, I'm not sure if it will pull back again. Maybe it does, but I think that whole area would be tradable. If this is going to go down, it really should do it from here to continue going down. But if it pushes back up, then I think it goes higher. But if this just goes straight down, retest these lows, I think it can continue to break down. We shall see, man. We shall see. So this area is, keeping a close eye on this one. Sorry, I know green's not the best color there. Are you in the short here, Michael? Got in at Euro. Oh, closed now. Oh, you okay? You're already in and out. Yeah, pretty nice move, wasn't it? That was, how many pips is that? Got to remember that London's already opened, so it's already done this little business. It's already come back up, retested the open. 30-minute candle's already in the bag. How did things open down on the stockies? A bit mixed. All right, there she goes, man. through here. Anyone entertain any buys from down here?
Given the range, I reckon it's a shot.
Mm. What price action we've seen this week, eh? Just Monday, just straight down. Tuesday, basically uninterrupted up, and then New York just consolidating. Now 50% of this London body kind of holding price. So this still valid. This if it keeps on, I don't really want it to, but it is valid if it does still bounce from here. What day does this remind me of? Reminds me of. Yeah, I think it might be this day, maybe a couple of Fridays back. The price pushed down, came back, retested the open, sort of bounced around the support for a bit, but then eventually once it did break, then it was like quite a bit of a tumble. Kind of reminds me of that. Okay, so bouncing again. This is the key point here.
So when it hits that, or if it hits that, Hayden, what's your thoughts? Go short or go
It's
long?
the black line.
Yeah.
If it closes above it, I'd be going long up to where Euro started, basically. Like if it closed above, like something like that, then yeah, if it can pull back, I'd be happy to buy the pullback. But if it sort of just went down a little bit and then started breaking the high, I'll just take the breakout as well. Not much room on the breakout. That's why I don't particularly like breakouts. But that's how I play that. Kind of hoping that we just make a lower high again and then keep on like that Friday that I just pointed out. Kind of hope we keep on make a lower high and then keep on hitting this and then just take it down.
So if you go short, you wouldn't go short until you got past the grey line and just draw on there, no?
I think it's safer. So if you wanted to go short now, I think you could go like lower risk because you've got better risk reward.
Yeah.
So you don't need to risk as much to get a multiple of the risk of the profit. But it's so difficult to short the stock market. So that's what, like, the buy would be decent if it, but we need price actions to develop. If it just stays underneath here, like, I know it's a double bottom now, but if we can get continuation down, that's very good. What's the stocky doing? We've got bullish divergence on the stocky. Let's add a little bit of structure. I just think that this hour clean candle is pretty enticing. I know we pulled back 50% of it, but it is enticing for it to really fill that whole space. There was so much news today. I can imagine that there's just de-risking involved. But the de-risking could be like US assets into European assets, given US sold off so much. Also, given the German 40 had sold off so much. And this is the low of the day that you're selling, so that's a bit harder. It's always hard to sell the low of the day. So yeah, man, this is, at the moment, to me, I'm not sure which way to go. Is there any headlines?
GDP's in 15 minutes.
Yeah. Oh, the China-US agreed to extend their truce. Oh, and then they contradict themselves. They're set to make the final call. Well, what I'm gonna do, because the risk reward is pretty good here, is I'm gonna go for a sell with a stop loss just here to target all the way down here, but I'm only risking a little bit. I'm gonna go in. So I know this is high risk, so this could easily just bounce me right out. So I'm only risking, like, yeah. Just letting you know, I'm entering. It's not something that I'd really advise to do, but I am entering here. And leaving my, like I don't want it to go above here for this trade. So let's see if we can stay underneath this high. Like, there's a lot of signs that I don't like how stocky has got divergence at this area structure, and it's also but the stocky is getting near overbought. So hopefully I think it pays off because it can have like a 20 pip stop for potentially a 140 pip gain. So 7 to 1. Like from here, 20 pip stop. Basically. Obviously my stop loss is higher in case it just blasts up. But if it's closing above here, I'd get it. I wouldn't want to hold it. That's why I can risk like say 0.1% to try make 0.5 or 0.7 on this trade. And if it starts breaking down, I'll definitely scale into it. But if it does something I don't want, then I'm sacrificing 0.1. I'm really not worried about it. As in, it's not going to bother me either way. But I don't jump into this idea using 1% or anything like that. It sucks if that is just because this is still risky as. But if it stays underneath here and it's pushing down, I'll definitely try. Like if it's say it closes underneath this point, I'll definitely add. And if it closes underneath here again, like if it's breaking underneath here, I'll add there as well. Only thing that I'd worry about would be the top of this wick. This is the only thing that I think would give you that pullback scale in. Now, if it is closing above here, that'd be the one I'd close my sells and I'd actually be looking for buys. I'd be happy to pivot with this price action. Because this area here interests me now. I'm trying this out. I'm trying this out with the volume, the session indie. So while I'm trying these things out, I'm happy to keep my risk a lot lower. Because I think if I get this right, the risk reward on all of these trades is very good. So you can take a series of losses and make it back with just one, a good trade. Yeah, so I'm kind of still sat at break even for this entry. Now's the time. Come on. If we make a little red candle, if we can sort of break the lows and start breaking under these bottom wicks, start making its way down, get about 30, 40 pips in profit, be very happy. Come on. So maybe it's just waiting for the news now. Maybe it stays here, pauses. Okay, come on. So I don't know how they're going to interpret this news, this GDP. What do you reckon? Do you reckon like bad numbers you would think is bad for the stock market, but it's not always like that. A pound Aussie was a good example today, where you had the CPI comes out and it was low, and you get your price pushes up, which is the normal reaction, and then you get the big rejection down. And what happens is at the time of the news, people read the news comes in, and they then think low inflation, low interest rates likely to get cut. Aussie weakens, so to buy. Buy pound, like fade the Aussie. But if you react to the news at the time of the news, you can get caught holding the bag at these highs, and then you've got to sit through the drawdown while institutions build their position. And that's the issue with some of these big newses, is that they can actually do the opposite move, or it can suck people in one way with a big wick that they use to like turn latent liquidity into active liquidity, as in like turn pending orders into trades, and then just reverse on it. And then you just have all these people that are like stuck in trades, like breakout traders that are stuck in buy or sell positions at bad prices. Well, then it's just accumulating a position and most likely like stopping people out and whatnot. Whilst the institutions, they need size to enter their positions. So that makes sense. Like if you're so if they know that heaps of people are selling because they see a bad GDP number, and they'll bring it down initially to take those people that straddle the market, like I'll put a buy and a sell order above this consolidation, looking for a breakout, and see if the news comes in at expectations, above or below. Let's just say it comes in as expected, below expectations. That would be a negative driver potentially for German 40, and price would push down, spike people into sells, but then just have a full reversal, because if everyone's selling, they know at some stage if they push price up, those people that were selling are going to be forced to buy back those positions, and people that have to buy back those positions or buy back positions to close their trades off, institutions will happily sell it to them, so that they can then accumulate a position from high price to push down. So their whole buy low, sell high. So at the moment, I'm kind of at the mercy of 2 minutes 30 to see what's going to happen in this circumstance. So it looks like we're pushing back up now. So like I would be happy to buy if it breaks above this high. So because I think it's possible. It's not as good risk reward. The buys, the sells would be easier. Because I reckon there's so much room once it breaks this support. But if the buys do, like if it does break this high, it's a pretty high probability trade that we're going to go up to this point. So I'll be all over that if it does it. So we'll see. 1 minute 50. So GDP growth rate year on year, 2%, 0.2%. Prior was 0. So even though that this is a 0.1% rolling out, the same quarter last year was minus 0.3. So overall, the GDP growth rate for German can improve. Okay, so it's getting very close, man. So 1 minute. So might have to rotate into buys. See though, we'll see. 1 minute for that news, and I'll decide. See if we can capture some volatility in the 1 minutes. Okay, 10 seconds. So get a little gap lower. Fill that gap. So German flash minus 0.1, came at minus 0.1. So forecast 0.1 for year on year is lower than expectations, so it's a rounding issue. So that's a rounding issue then. Don't know why it's not loading. Yeah, it's annoying when it won't load. There we go.
2.4.
Okay, so
No.
9 o'clock. Oh, it's not here. Still hasn't loaded up. Well, not really much of a result. It moved, but kind of bounced around a little bit. But yeah, still see if it can get above there. You guys, anyone interested in the longs?
Mm.
Or you've got a preferred direction, long or long or short? I prefer the shorts because I think the risk reward is better.
I don't think there'll be much movement until we have the American stuff today.
Yeah.
It had no impact, did it, really, that GDP?
No, not much at all. It came in basically as expected. So this
I
is...
think the Spanish and the French came in higher, didn't it? With certain things today.
Oh, well, that wouldn't have any impact on German. Maybe the IBEX index. But this earnings calendar has been slow on my side. so is it loaded yet? Okay, so minus 0.1. Oh, 0.4. That's much better. That's why it's moving higher. So the year-on-year growth rate is 0.4. Wonder why that was such a difference. Because if that came in as expected. So yeah, year-on-year is actually doing much better than they thought. Okay, well maybe the buys are going to be.
Quarter minus 0.1. That's a year on year.
Yeah, I'm thinking longs. I'm thinking longs now. The way the price action is kind of like this is the London Open here. I mean, that's the London High currently. But it does look more and more likely that we're going to fill this space. We've got clean candles from German, so like the German Open. So I can absolutely see that getting filled up. There's a little triple wicker here, so even if it's just to go 30 pips, if it can pull back, I think that could be a nice long edge. If it can pull back, it gives you better risk reward. But if it pulls back and then breaks the high, that even higher probability that we're going higher. Right, divergence. Yeah, we've pulled back as well. Get the 1 minute away from this overbought territory. Okay, yeah, man. Going higher, it's closed above now.
You still waiting for the pullback?
I'm hoping it does.
Oh, there we go. 1 minute. Back to 187 or lower?
Probably just around this green line.
190 here. Oh.
I'd like to see it just kind of leaving a wick. If it's leaving a wick, kind of absorbing the picking up more buyers and absorbing sellers. 2-minute HCS negation long for entry. You're talking about this, Paul? Like this area? Yeah. That was like where price tried to push price down. Failed. Now is above it. So
that's also the Asian low there as well.
yeah, near the Asian low. I'm not going to jump into buys as it's coming down.
So
Like yeah, don't jump into it as it's coming down. I mean, unless you've got big cojones. Like these are your cojones. But it's hit that green line, so it's pulled back for sure.
yeah.
Nearly oversold, still holding above support. Kind of creating this wick now. Yeah. So I think I'm going to jump in now. Trade up to here. Stop loss can be just below that candle. So run a real tight stop. So I mean, like, if you can get it right, risk reward can be excellent. So you don't need to risk much at all. So even if you took a string of losses for the session, like trying to balance between a mix of high risk trades, as in like these risk reward. Like if I took a string of losses, say, I don't know, 5.1s in a row, kind of crappy, but you know, 0.1, 0.1, 0.1, 0.1, then you get that winner that goes like, you know, 4 to 1, 5 to 1, and you can, like, I think the chance of scaling into it is really high. So you can get one trade can really just pay back all of them. So I'm trying this out just for this week because I've put on some lower risk trades, as in wider stop losses, higher risk percentage, but just going with the overall direction, not being so fussed about the individual price action. Had a few of those trades this week when I've been a bit unwell, so there's been got some good profits to play with. So I'm going to try testing out some of these really snipery entries. But this one I want to practice this pattern more, because this pattern is more of a swing, not swing style pattern, but it's a pattern that you can really find on swing trades. So I think I've just been like, the more you see it, the better you get at spotting it. So practice on a lower time frame. I know it's much more noisy, but I think it's well worth it. So gold, I'm not sure if should be still in this gold trade. Targeting, so this is the same thing. So I had the clean candles down, price pushed up, okay, and then took a trade yesterday on that when it broke the high here. I took the pullback long, but I was only targeting this area to just focus on this clean space. And then price wicked up into this area, and then pulled back, but it's still holding that structure. So now I thought, well, the other thing I wanted to try is the volume, and this is more the volume, because I do see it reacts, but it actually goes all the way and takes out the high. So I'm in this trade on gold to push up to 37, 3337, and I got in at 3326. So here, but this trade is what I'm saying, I'm balancing some lower risk. My stop loss for this was 3317. Not that I'm risking the whole 100 pips. I'll get out much before, but I'm trying to focus on, trying not to focus too much on, I'm rubbish at trying to do two things at once. Like scalping and managing two scalps. So I can have a whole bunch of swing trades. They're just on a separate account on something that's much slower. And then on the scalping though, I'm really focused on just one thing at a time. So if this one can work out, so 4-1. You know, if this stops me out and comes down, I'll give it a second shot, but I'll wait for it to get above here. And if it gets above there, then I'll shift it, and my stop loss will just be underneath like where it came from. All right, so I'm still in it. It's gonna tag me out very soon. Now the sells come back in play, I think, if we're aggressively breaking down. But yeah, come on, push. But this style of trading is, you've got to go, man. You've got to go 0.1% or something.
All right.
All right, I'm gonna now.
Yes. Oh well.
I'm gonna scale in. Risking now. See if I can scale into this. If we can retest this high, then man, it should just be smooth. It should be smooth, these clean candles to the left. At least to this area. So it's like nearly 40 pips higher.
Yes. Taking it.
So that area, so here, green line. That's the bit I think got to be a bit concerned about. I'm going to scale in again. If this one works out, I'll probably close everything at this point. I see how the close above this area made the buy so much easier. Just waiting for that pullback. I gave it, so got good risk reward. Don't need to risk much. If it works out, works out. If it doesn't work out, just accept it. Three and 4H liquidity. Yeah, I mean, I find the thing that I get stuck with this kind of trading is like gold's one yesterday when it hit my level. I did think it was going to, I did think for money it could keep on going higher based on the higher time frame. But this is the point here when it hit that level on the lower time frame, and that was where my TP was, and my entry for yesterday, because this was the swing high and this is where price had closed above it, and I did get in on the pullback, and that was my target, and then I had another target up higher. And the thing was though, that if I did it based on the higher time frame TP, when it pushed all the way up, it came all the way back down to my entry. So I was out of the trade, but how would I feel if I was in that trade and I looked back and it had come back down? Like I most likely would have moved stops to break even, most likely, and price would have just come back and I would have just given so much back. So I don't want to try hit home runs with this little style. I want to just trade between zones, but try get that sort of move, the real good move. So price is coming back on us. Yeah, it happens all the time. Yeah, so I think it's worth like get in, get risk out. It's just a completely different way of trying to trade. But I see it so much, I'm just trying to like execute a bit on it more, rather than waiting for like these. Okay, I think I need to find more entries. Well, I mean, I don't need to. I'm happy with what it is, but sometimes it does get a bit boring, and I really don't like taking a loss. And I think that's one thing is it's kind of good practice when you're trying to test something out. I know this is going to be a bit more high frequency, so losses will happen a lot more, but I think that's probably also good to try desensitize, because I know my other style is really safe, and it's not often I have like a overall losing day, but when I do, I really hate it, really hate it. But I'm not making like huge percentages either, and I don't think we need to. But I think this has got an opportunity. Like it's something, just trying to level up all the time. If we can keep on leveling up, get comfortable with different setups, then that's I think it's a good thing. All right, well, let's move all these. So I can see actually what's happening. So it's still stalling. I mean, there's more liquidity down here. There's more liquidity up here as well. So where does it want to go? Come on, push. Just hanging in there, hey?
I think he wants to go down.
Yeah, I don't know. Stocky's come
It's
back in.
ranging in a tight range at the moment.
Yeah.
On the 1 minute, anyway.
Come on, push. Come on. If you can break above here, just like scary pullback. Went from overbought to oversold pretty quickly. Haven't really done much structure damage though, so still surviving.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I'm trying to play with this style. Because the other way it is much easier is after this has happened and broke above, rather than really trying to get that sniper entry inside of here, it's not is the other end of the spectrum. Don't go for the big risk reward. Just go for the 1-to-1 because it's pretty reliable.
Yeah.
Like go for like something like that. Then because what really would invalidate this trade is breaking underneath here. That's when I'd say this does not make sense to hold or buy anymore. But any time in here, like it could bounce here for ages, especially on these lower time frames, and like it would look absolutely normal on a higher time frame.
Yeah.
So like just let it breathe. But that's the kind of trading that I wouldn't sit here watching it. I'll just move on like that, and that's like pound Aussie. Pound Aussie was something like that. Like it broke above, but that was news induced, and then not worrying about it too much. Price comes back down. Just have a try anticipate the pullback, stop loss target, or stop loss target, depending if it's like a news candle. The gold trade, the same thing. Got that running. It's only 30 pips in profit, but trying to get 37.
Yeah, I was a bit too cautious with the Aussie retracing. It didn't retrace as far as I thought it would, and I've missed out now. I think it's back up to
it's hit
this morning's high.
hit TP now. It's already done.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I've got in on. I made a little bit on the UK Aussie, but missed out on the European and the Japanese because I was just too conservative with the pullback. I think I thought we would come back further.
Yeah, I got in.
Have you got in the Japanese as well? Did you?
The which one?
Aussie yen.
No, I didn't.
No. And I looked at euro yen as well. It touched it, my entry, but it didn't
Trigger.
Didn't trigger. No.
Oh,
It's annoying.
come on! I think this is gonna. We've just been hanging in. I think this is it. Oh, what's going on? Oh, yeah. Sorry. What's? Oh, sorry. Yeah, I got confused.
You're in now. You're above the
It's looking good.
London high. Huh?
Yeah. So all the 3 entries is here, here, and here. These are the 3 entries. Man, it was pretty close to the stop loss. It was very close. But I think now clearing it.
He's going up now.
Then yeah, well, hopefully. I'm looking at the green line. I think that green line might pull back again. So I'm looking at just all 3 of them to cash out there.
I got 3 entries at the moment running, have you? Okay.
Yeah, it was the first one.
Yeah.
Then I scaled in twice.
So you just scaled in again now, have you?
No. Back over here. I basically scaled in at the top, and then it just went straight down.
I might wait. Yeah, I think it might come down again now.
I hope not.
I hope not for you.
I mean, I could close the top one, but really, I sat through the worst of it.
Yeah.
Like this
and
is
it was like
this,
the range now on
this price
the
action is bullish, so it should keep on going.
That's another go.
Who's in this trade? Is anyone still holding? Was anyone not taking this buy?
I took it, but I got out quite quickly actually.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't take it.
You didn't, Danny? I mean, if this is breaking that high, it's going straight up. You went short at 213. Oh, here you shorted when I scaled in. That was your fault, Michael. You pushed it down on me. Nearly took my stop loss. Jimmy focus on another. Oh, you might be on gold.
Here we go.
Oh my gosh.
That's the range, isn't it, on the 1 minute? Look at that come down.
Michael's scaled in again. Yeah, just had it.
Well, luckily I didn't buy.
Yeah, you can't buy up. Yeah, you can't buy up there. It's still bullish, still holding the lows.
Yeah. But the short candles are much bigger than the bullish, the short candles are much bigger than the long candles.
Yeah, but they're getting faded out. That's the main thing, because they are bigger candles, but they're getting faded. Is there news headlines? DAX falls on Wednesday. No, 22 minutes. What's mines? Come on, push. Push. The green lines should be hit. This thing. Kind of doesn't make sense why I would stop around here. Apart from Michael adding. Okay. Now, Michael, don't do it again. Scaring me. Come on. All I want is 30 pips and then 30 pips more. All I want is to see the green line, and then you guys can do what you want with it. I want to see it hit here. That's all I'm asking for. So the idea was just to fill this clean candle. That was it. I mean, I wanted more. I wanted to see it to come all the way here. I think it should come all the way here. But that green line could cause a pullback. So I'd rather just be completely out. The price shot down, came back up, came down, then it broke the high. It was just a wick on the higher time frame. On the lower time frame, it closed above. So as it pulled back, just getting in buys to fill this candle. We're good now. We're absolutely good now. So this is going to be an absolute beauty of a trade. In total, just took 0.3% risk.
Yeah.
Like with all three positions, it was just 0.1, 0.1, 0.1. Risk reward was pretty low. Oh, sorry, it's over here. Was pretty low. This one, the last one. So again, where they all were was basically here. Initially it was like up. Where was it? Where was the stop loss? It didn't like, where was it? Something like, it was something like this. Something like this initially, which is 4-1, but then I've dragged it down, and then the scale in was here, and then the scale in was here. So, and like I was hoping they can all get to here. Maybe they will, but it was.
You're out now, are you? Hey?
No. I mean, still, I want to see. I'm holding to the.
Oh, there's green line up there. I think.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because initially it was the grey zone, which was based on what I'm trying to work with the volume, trying to play around with this a bit more to see if I can use these as ideas. That for this Frankfurt session, this was where the most like it was in this zone. That was where there's most liquidity or most price changes. So that's like the accumulation. But really, like when I look at it realistically, the structure is like where price broke down was like all of these candles, testing. Then once it finally like closed underneath, it just dropped. So I figured that this was more the real, like this bit above it is structure, like that. So I don't want to, if it closed inside of it, I'm sure we go to the top. But I don't want to have to be worried about it up here. And then also where price paused here for a bit, that was a pretty reasonable drop. And I've seen it do that and then come back down too many times. So I thought if we can clear above the London high, this is the cleanest section.
Yeah.
So I'd be happy just to walk away with all of these trades closing out here. Fourth reject. Oh,
yeah. It's 1, 2, 3, 4 times. It's at the
Yeah.
top there.
come on.
So do you think does that mean it's weakening, or it means it's rejecting it?
This.
The resistance.
Well, it's like this is the first reaction. Pushed down, came back up, went a bit higher, pushed down, same sort of reaction, pushed a little bit higher, less of a reaction, pushed up higher, at the moment less of a reaction. So it seems to me that this is actually getting weaker.
Yeah.
So like
I'm going to jump back in again then.
I want it to clear. It's I could I'm basically break even at that point. So if we can just clear it, I'll be very happy.
Yeah.
Come on. I mean, every time it's reacting, it's getting less of a reaction.
It is, yeah. Making high lows.
Yeah.
Here we go.
This has to be it.
That's it.
Okay. 20 pips. It's been a tough hold, I'll tell you that. See, this is the thing. If I had gone any higher in risk, I wouldn't have held it, I don't think. So I think that's why low risk, I'm quite comfortable then wearing a few losses. But if I was risking any more, I wouldn't be comfortable wearing a few losses.
Yeah.
I don't think I could have scaled into it either if I was risking more.
Yeah.
And maybe like if you can, that's great. But I think you've got to find that sweet spot where you can operate without stressing too much. Not so much stressing, but managing your trade because you're worried about the P&L rather than the actual price. Like price action to me is telling me it's still bullish. But if I was worried about the P&L, I'd be worried about giving it back, and I'd be more fearful rather than looking at it objectively.
Yeah. Come on. It is a push on now.
I don't see why it would stop from here. The way this price action is building, it does have the GDP. I know it came in as expected, but the year on year was a bit of a surprise to the upside. And there's clean candles. Like why could it surely? I just don't see how this could turn it around. And it's just got another 13 pips to go. That's literally it. 12 pips. Should just do this in one candle. I mean, it can do it how many candles it wants, but I'd like it to do it in one candle. Just get it, just push up, and then be done.
Go and have some dinner.
Yeah. Just take this little structure. That's all we want. Just green line. Just go to, and then crash because it's really nice to take the top. If it continued, it'd be really like you feel like you left money on the table. But if it can break down and then actually use that profit into the sells, that'd be amazing.
Do you think ultimately there'll be sales tonight?
It depends on how much these guys need to de-risk. Maybe they de-risked everything on Monday, and then maybe this is part of a bigger accumulation. And then then it depends. Like if they can basically be hedged, where they've offloaded the risk to someone else. Now it's just like, well, it really depends on if the news comes in higher. Or like it depends on the news then. So if the news comes in and it's supportive of stocks, I'm sure it will jump higher, but then institutions will just start finding their way into the trade. If it comes in negative, institutions will just pull, like they'll pull trades. Basically, they'll just let it fall. They won't bother buying it. And if there's no one, if they're not the ones that are buying it, the market will need to try find where buyers are sat. And if there's no buyers, the market will just fall. So they'll just let it fall until until they find a price that they like.
Yeah.
But it doesn't happen often in these German 40 US stocks. It's not often that you get pullbacks. Like it's just inherently bullish.
So with this GDP, where did you get the 0.4 from, Hayden? I couldn't see that anywhere.
It's on the
For
Tradingview
year on year. On the which one?
Tradingview
Forex
equity calendar.
It's not on the Forex Factory.
No, they don't have it. But the Tradingview one had year on year. So you see the German flag.
Oh, hold on. The Forex. Oh yeah.
German flag, GDP growth rate year on year flash. Prior 0.3, forecast 0.2, actual 0.4.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. Always cute. But -1 for the quarters. Do they take more credence on the year on year than the quarter?
I don't really know. It's not like the US one is much more impactful.
Yeah.
I think this is more just price action.
Tempted to buy in again. Just sold.
So we've got a little bit of structure here. So where price touched it, another little pullback from over here to the left.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm gonna have to get going.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, you guys know the plan. So price action has been it's been nice learning anyway. So I'm holding till this area. Okay, this green line. I think it's at the moment looking good. Two positions in profit. This last one is still touch and go. So do what you need, what you're comfortable with. Okay, if you need to manage it. But I think hopefully it gets here. But you know how the market can do what it wants. All right, guys. Apologies for yesterday. Thanks for letting me rest up. Feel much better for it. So appreciate you guys as always, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Okay. So good luck with the rest of the session. Be careful tonight. Don't let things run over. That news there's just too much volatility. We don't need to shoulder that risk.
Yeah.
Okay, but good to be back. See you tomorrow, guys.
Thanks, mate. Cheers, mate.